What is up, Need for Speed racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut, and we're here with a Porsche A+ build. We've been doing a lot of Porsches this week. I've had a lot of people in the comments asking for the 718 in A class or A+ class, and so here it is. As requested, it is delivered. The 718. This car is a lot of fun to drive. Guys, this is a manual transmission driver's dream. It is one of probably the most rewarding cars to drive. And I say that a lot about these cars, but really, like, anything that's got an 8-speed transmission just feels good and fun to drive. You get a lot of extra button clicks. This thing launches just like any of the other Porsches do. It's a rocket ship. It really is fun. I love it. We've got a little different body kit on this one. My man Neil, he's one of my senior analysts and tuners in the lab. This is his personal car. It's his favorite one. This is what he runs. He's running it in about 3 different classes. We ran his earlier. I've got that red car build. This is the same car in a different class with a different kit. It's done right. It's really fun to drive. I tried a few different builds because he wasn't online and he didn't have it available to me, so I was trying to build it, trying to hone in on it. And when he finally got online, I was like, hey, I built this car, is it right? And he's like, actually, no, do this, swap this for that, and you're gonna have similar stats, but it feels a whole lot better. And so I had already done some testing with it, and when I swapped out and did his, the stats were like almost the same, but the build was almost like a different car altogether. And so he really has been playing with this car for over a week, likes it a lot. It's great. So with no further ado, let's dig into it. We are driving the Porsche 718 Cayman GTS 2018. For the engine in this one, you guys, you're going to be running the 3.8 liter V6. It is the Pro motor, 304 brake horsepower stock. For the parts, you are running Pro induction. You're going to be running Pro ECU. You'll be running Super fuel system. You'll be running Pro exhaust. You're going to be running Elite Roots supercharger. You're going to be running just basic Sport NOS. You are running Elite road suspension. You're going to be running just regular Pro brakes. You're running Elite grip tires. You're going to be running just regular Sport clutch. You are running the 8-speed Elite transmission. The reason we run the 8-speed is because it gives it that extra 8 mile an hour on the top end. This car does a lot better than that. You can do about 177 with Redline Tech. So it's fast. This car, plenty fast for the A+ class. Gets it done. It does wonderful. You run in just the regular Sport differential. You don't need to run any more than that because the slider goes all the way to 100% with just the Sport. So save yourself the money. No reason to go spend all the extra. I'm running nitrous grip. I'm running nitrous near miss, as I do. For the handling, you're running 100% to the full grip. So 100% grip all the way to the left. Steering sensitivity, I'm 2 clicks to the right. That's kind of personal preference, you guys. Play with that if you haven't. I think a couple clicks to the right's good. It makes them turn in a little faster. The further that slider goes, the faster the wheels turn when you hit the thumbstick left or right. And so it'll make the car really twitchy. If you get it too far out of your comfort zone and you do quick inputs, like if you start to drift one way, then you flick it the other way, the car will just fishtail and get out of control. So if you find yourself doing that, maybe back that slider down a little bit. It makes the car a little easier to control. Downforce all the way up on this car. We're 100% high. You can run it anywhere from there all the way high. Anywhere in the rest of that slider, all over in this zone, that's going to put you in the 270 class. So you've got to be over in this area. I run it all the way high. I think the car needs it. It's predictable though. Traction control off, drift entry off. That is the performance portion of the build. Like we do on the channel, I believe that body mods matter. I've got a whole video on why I think they matter. Go check out my Skyline video. It's all the secrets no one is telling you. It's the blue 1971 Skyline for S-Class. It's like a 20-minute video. I explain a lot of stuff in there, you guys. That all being said, let's dig into the style. Now this, I haven't spent a ton of time driving this car. I've driven it for about 6, 8 playlists. So, you know, I have 20 races in it at least. But that being said, that doesn't mean that I've tried everything that needs to be tried. But this is what Nil runs. He says this is what's good, so I trust him. Anybody who spends as much time in the garage and in the game as he does, he's got 150 more hours in this game than I do. The guy plays it, so we're going to trust. So for the body, for the fenders, which give you the wide stance, he is running the Duke Dynamics kit. It's the middle of the road width kit. So if you look out here and you look, Duke Dynamics is there. Like, stock is here. Speed Hunters is there. Duke Dynamics is there. This is the key. Like, so you see what I'm saying? Like, it's the middle of the road kit. So he runs Duke Dynamics on the front and also the rear fenders, Duke Dynamics. It's one of 4 on the body kit options. So like I say, it's not the stock one. The Alchemist only puts the little ridges on top. It's not, you know, the super wide crazy one. It's the middle of the road one. So just be aware of that, guys. He says it does need a wide body kit. It helps. But going to the super wide one made the car feel sluggish. He didn't like the look of it either. But he said it made the car handle a little different. We are running a rear diffuser on it. You can run pretty much any of the rear diffusers as long as there's actually a physical piece under the car. Some of these diffusers don't do anything. Like that one isn't even there. That one is. So like that one I wouldn't recommend. That one I would. That one I wouldn't. That one I would. Do you see where we're going with this? Like the piece that's actually under the car that sticks out makes it longer. That's what we're after right there. And so there's a couple of different options you can do. He says the diffuser is pretty helpful. I'm probably going to run this one. I was running this one for the videos, but I noticed now that this one's actually a little longer. And I know that he was running a longer one, so be aware of that, you guys. For the front, we are running a splitter, but the front splitter is, as long as you've got one on there, it adds about that 3 inches to the front of the car, makes it a little longer. That's kind of what we're after here. You can run any one of those you want. For the wheels and tires, in this case the rims, but they're wheels, we are running option 93 of 128. It is the Weld Racing WeldStar RTs. These are the widest wheels in the game. So with those, you can do any rim size that you want. That doesn't change the width, that only changes the appearance. For the tires, we run the Kumo Exta with V1 710s. So that is option 25 of 62. You can do 25, 26, 27, or 28. They're all the same. But those are the widest, grippiest tires in the game, in my opinion. So do that, you guys. Try it. Try different body kits. Try different splitters, different, you know, diffusers. Change the length and the width of the car. See what you think. I think this is pretty optimal. For the ride stance, we are 2 clicks low, and then we are 2 clicks high for camber. So if you're at the middle, count 2 to the left. That's what I run it. And then for the camber to the front, it's 2 clicks off of middle for camber, both front and rear. That's going to give you a pretty balanced setup. Makes the car feel really good. Turns really good. I love it. Thank you so much, you guys. Please like, subscribe, follow, all of the things. Any interaction with the video helps me. So I'm very thankful for that. Appreciate you guys coming and watching. This channel's growing like crazy. We're like 1,100 subscribers right now, and we were at 20 subscribers last month. So it's awesome to have you guys along. Other than that, I've got 2 gameplay clips after this. Me driving the car, giving it an honest effort. They're not record-breaking times. They're not even clean runs. They're me in a public lobby with a bunch of other racers just driving the car. And then I kind of talk you through what I'm doing so you can try to get a real-life scenario of what the car does as opposed to like a perfect scenario. I don't want to give you best case. I want to give you real case. So that's what I'm doing for you. Stay tuned for the clips. I am Alex Cornnut, your wheelman. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, for our first clip, you'll see me start in 4th gear on this one. I shift a hair early. I should have been a little more patient with the shift, but at the end of the day, you know, you get the idea. You want to be in 4th. This does similar to the other car. It kind of bobbles a little bit after you launch, so be patient. Let the car get up to speed before you hit 5th. I'm running into oncoming here, trying to get as much blue boost as possible to try to get away from these guys. You will see that I take not the most optimal line through there. I could have drifted and downshift better and been in 5th right here, but still learning the car, still feeling everything out. I early shift into 7th before I hit the yellow boost, so that way the yellow boost will carry me through 7th gear. Bouncing off the traffic there was not optimal. Right here I do a really bad desync. One guy leaves the game, and then I get about 2 notifications at the same time. So one guy's trying to invite me to play, another guy's joining the game, and it's like when Origin is talking to you, the game goes nutty. So now I got to try to catch back up. I am in the draft, collecting as much yellow boost as I can, and just using it to get up to speed. That 8-speed transmission's awesome. It allows us to kind of walk on some of these guys. Hit that yellow boost to just break away, get back up to top speed. All right, now we've got some room. We can stretch the car's legs. The top speed on this thing is typically like 172. When you're doing redline tech, you can go a little faster than that. 177 is not unrealistic. I could have cut through the grass back there, been a little more direct with my turns, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to keep the car out on the pavement. You'll see I'm just taking this car right up to around $5,000 and then shifting. I let off the gas here, don't really hit the brakes, and just to get around that corner. So there's not much actual slowing down there. This car handles really, really well. And I'm just walking away from these guys. I'm going to come through this corner. I'm going to collect a yellow boost because of the grip turn. As soon as I hit the ground with it, right here, I'm going to use it to turn hard. Stops me from hitting that wall. I collect another yellow boost. I'm going to use it to turn left. Same deal here. Going to use it to turn right. And then I hold the boost and just use the rest of my NOS to keep my speed up. Turns slow you down. Using yellow boost to grip turn keeps you going fast. And so in that short period of just a couple of corners, I was able to use yellow boost for all of them and walk away from those guys. All right, this is a really fun track. It's really good for this car. It's a lot of fun. Watch the launch. I launch in 4th. The RPMs go all the way up. They drop down. Then they climb again, and that's when I shift into 5th. So I'm being patient on my shift this time. Take a look at that. Yes, then we shift. So it's just waiting, letting the car settle, then making sure you get that shift for the optimal launch. I was kind of in a hurry using yellow boost there. It wasn't an optimal deal at all. I should be down in 5th gear a lot longer than this because shifting to 6th was kind of frivolous because we slow right back down. On the back side of the mountain, I do a lot better with my shifting, but for now, we're just playing between 5th and 6th. You'll see me downshift to 5th, slide a little bit, use the yellow boost to get back up to speed. You're going to see multiple gear changes on this track a lot. So we go from 6th to 4th often. So from there, we'll go try to use the yellow boost, but bouncing off the rev limiter, so it was kind of the wrong gear selection. I carried 5th and let it bounce for a second because as soon as you start turning, it slows the car down. So staying in 5th was good there. Shifting would have been kind of a waste. Right there is perfect, you guys. I'm going to back this up. I want you to see this. What I want you to see is I'm coming out of this. I shift to 6 before I hit yellow boost. So that way I carry yellow boost that entire gear of 6 and just make the most out of it. If you stay in 5th and do that, it's a waste. So I go down from 7th, down to 6th, down to 5. We're shifting, going up. I shift into 6 before I use the yellow boost. From 6 down to 4. Keep a nice tight line through there. Shift into 5th before I use the yellow boost. You'll see a pattern here. We're going down 2 into the corners, using the grip turn to get yellow boost to accelerate out, and I'm always short shifting, meaning I'm shifting early into the next gear before I use that yellow boost to make sure I carry as much speed through the next gear as possible. This car is a lot of fun to drive. It hooks really well. You can see I'm just walking away from these guys, no problem. And they're not bad drivers by any means. It's just a situation to where I'm really running this car to its upper limits, and this is a fine track to do it on. Manual transmission is awesome, you guys. Give it a try.